Hi, Robin. Let me know when you can hear me. Looks like right now you're muted. There we go. How's it going?
How are you? Good. How are you?
Doing good. All righty. So, okay, so tell me, what would you say going into today? What would you say are your main priorities or goals for this session?
Uh, it was more of an observation that it seemed like I can definitely tell when I'm in a casual setting and I'm just letting things loose.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm not sure what the solution is or how to make sure I'm always remembering it
Yeah.
or if it even matters.
I would say there definitely are times to be more conscientious about your diction and being very clear and articulate. So there are definitely times that I let myself off the hook, that I don't really think about it or pressurize myself and, make myself have to be very clear. There are times where you can just relax. But then there are times when it's important to be clear, when it maybe is essential to be clear. So when I go into those situations, I try to just be in that mentality, in that mode of right now, I have to be very on and I have to be very clear. And I just go into a more professional mode with habits for that type of a setting. So at work, you are going to definitely speak more clearly than you would at home because at home you're relaxing, you're with family, you can let your hair down, right? But at work, one of the things we've been working towards is being clear, but maintaining expressive qualities and also speaking faster. Because one of the things that you had mentioned was that you kind of get left behind if you don't speak quickly. So that's been something we've been focusing on as well as that pacing
Right.
while being clear. I love that you are giving yourself breaks. I think that we need to be very focused on improvement, on creating these new habits at times. So, a very focused practice is going to be helpful at certain points. But then we also want to have times where you just let yourself relax and rest a bit too, because you can't be constantly on. It's just too wearying, and there are too many other things going on in your life. So, having those very focused practice sessions and then also in life, choosing moments to focus on those new habits we're working on, that's going to be important as well. So, what would be some of the situations where you feel it would be really essential or really important in those moments to be clear?
It's like the semi-formal events, but that are
Yeah.
still categorized as casual. When
Right.
it's people you really don't know, or it could
Hmm.
be an ex-colleague or someone who might be a potential investor in the future, like a family and friends
Yeah.
kind of thing, just those kinds of situations.
Right. Right. Something like you go to a networking event or a conference or a wedding,
Exactly.
and these are people that you don't know very well, and you have to make a good impression. And maybe it's kind of noisy because other people are talking, and we have to be very clear
Exactly.
and concise in those moments to make sure they can hear us over all the hubbub going on. Yes, those are perfect examples of times we need to be very articulate. And then I would also say things like a presentation, a sales pitch. Maybe you designed a marketing campaign and you're showing it to the client for the first time. Those would be times when it's very important to be clear. But then you have times like a family barbecue where maybe it's just you and some very close friends and family. You can be more relaxed in that setting. You don't need to be entertaining everyone constantly or doing icebreaker activities and leading, right? You can be yourself in those scenarios. If it's Christmas morning with your family and you're opening presents, that's a time to relax and not worry so much about it. So I like that idea of you're not putting the pressure on yourself to be perfect all the time because nobody can do that. That's too exhausting. So choosing when and where. So some of my students will even say, okay, I have to do this presentation and I need to be very clear for those presentations, right? So we'll work specifically on those types of conversations, those presentations, or maybe interviews, or maybe a pitch that they have to give, or maybe they're trying to get more investors. So we work on the type of language and conversation that they have to use in those situations. Do you have anything like that that specifically you want to work on those types of speeches or conversations, or do you like what we've been doing?
I like what we've been doing, but
Hmm.
the reality is I do have a startup that's about a year old. So it's getting close to the time when I'm going to have to go after
Yeah.
investors.
Right. That's going to be a really important time to be speaking very clearly, concisely. You'll have to have your elevator pitch very well prepared. My husband has a startup company, so I feel for you.
There you go.
So, yeah, he's the same kind of thing. He has a fundraising round right now, so he's doing that same thing that you're talking about. So I know that it's not the most fun, but it's very important. And so if you ever want to work on those pitches, your elevator pitch, your presentations to pitch investors, to go to conferences, that kind of thing, I'm happy to work on those with you as well. So we'll definitely have certain types of words and language that will be very important in those scenarios, being able to describe it exceptionally well, to be able to articulate to them the importance of the product that you're presenting or the service that you're presenting. So I love to hear that you are already thinking about that ahead of time and going, okay, these presentations are going to be coming up and I need to be ready for them. I need to be able to communicate clearly in those scenarios. So it might be helpful to maybe put together a list of words that would be common words you're using or phrases that would be common phrases you're going to be using in those types of sessions or pitches. If it's one-on-one, if it's in front of a group, the types of language that you're going to be using so that we can start incorporating those into the sessions and making sure that those words and phrases are very clear. So that might be some good homework for you. Or if you have a PowerPoint presentation, something like that, you could do the presentation for me so that I can see what you're doing with it, listen to you as you're talking. So I love that you brought that up and that you got that on the brain and are working towards that. Okay, so for today, then,
Perfect.
what would you say is the main goal for today, or what would be the most helpful today?
Kick the tires and increase the
The
speed
speed,
with which I respond, I
yes.
guess.
Absolutely. Especially when you have that elevator pitch or, you've got 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, a set amount of time to get all the information to the people that you're talking to. We want to make sure that we're getting it out there, right? And those elevator pitches, they really are. It's like, this is the amount of time that you have. That's it. And so getting the key information to them quickly and concisely is going to be very important. So, yes, I love that idea. So, it might be helpful to work on some tongue twisters today because those are tricky combinations on purpose, but incorporating some of those consonants that have been a bit more challenging for us and working them slow, but then working them faster and faster and faster. And one of the key components is first off, can I keep it clear? But then secondarily, can I still keep some expressive inflection? Because a lot of the time when we speed up, we lose those expressive qualities. Yeah. So why don't we
Yep.
start with one working on the stop plosives? So let's try the big black bug bit the big black bear.
The big bat oh, the big black bug bit the big black bear.
Excellent. Made the big black bear bleed blood.
Made the big black bear bleed blood.
Excellent. Good. The big black bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
A big black bug bit a big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
Yes. And do you feel that it's very rhythmic? So if I kind of tap a
Yes.
rhythm and I keep it steady, then I can speed that up. The big black bear bit the big black bug, made the big, wait, I did the wrong thing. The bug bit the bear. The big black bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
A big black bug bit a big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
Good. And then a little faster. The big black bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
The big black bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
Excellent. Very good. All right. Then a little faster. The big black bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
The big black bug bit the big the big
It's
black
tricky.
bug bit the big black bug bit the big black bug bit oh the
So slow
big
it down a
black
tiny bit.
bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood. The
Yes.
big black bug bit the big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
Good. Excellent. So a little bit faster. The big black bug bit the big black bear. Let's just try that much of it.
The big black bug bit the big black bug bit the big black bear. The big
Good.
black bug bit the big black bear. The big
Good.
black bug, the big black bear. The big black bug bit the big black bear.
Exactly. Yes. So that's one to be working on. And you can work on that one because it's longer in chunks. So you can work on that second half as well. Made the big black bear bleed blood. Made the big black bear bleed blood. Made the big black bear bleed blood. Made the big black bear
Made
bleed
the big,
blood. Ooh,
made the big black bear,
perfect. Made the big
big
black bear
black
bleed
bear bleed
blood.
black bear.
Yeah.
Made the big black bear bleed blood.
Yeah, part of what makes that one tricky is that you have the stop plosives with the lips, with the b, but then you also have the L's in there as well, which is that front flick of the tongue, and then the k, and the g in the back, the K and the G lift the back of the palate, and the tongue, you have this connection. You've got the tongue lifting and the palate coming down, and then they pop away from each other. So you've got the lip shapes, the front tongue flicks, and this back of tongue and palate connection movement, which is tricky. So, yeah, so that's a good one to be practicing. All right, so let's try. Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Exactly. Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Exactly, a little faster. Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Exactly, again. Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Good. Again, Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Sally sells seashells on the seashore.
Yes, exactly. Good. Awesome. All right. So then let's try. We're going to do some specifically on the sounds that we've been working on lately. So we have, for instance, like your TH, and you've got like the V's, the W's. So we're going to focus on some of those sounds now. Okay. So let's try first off. Um, let's do. Let's do the woodchuck one. This one's pretty familiar and common. So focusing on the W, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Yes. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Good.
If,
Again,
if,
how
if.
much wood would a woodchuck
How
chuck if
much
a
wood would a
woodchuck could
woodchuck
chuck wood?
chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Mm-hmm.
If
Good. And even
if
faster.
a wood,
How much wood would a
how much
woodchuck
wood
chuck
would
if a
a
woodchuck
woodchuck
could
chuck?
chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood would a
Yes.
woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Yes, good. Let's try the F because the F and the V are the same shape and airflow.
If
It's just
chuck
voiced or unvoiced.
chuck.
So let's try friendly fleas and fireflies. It has the R and the L's as well, which I think will be helpful. Friendly fleas and fireflies.
Friendly fleas and fireflies.
Mm-hmm. Friendly fleas and fireflies.
Friendly fleas and fireflies.
Friendly fleas and fireflies.
Friendly fleas and fireflies.
Mm-hmm. Friendly fleas and
Friendly
fireflies.
fleas and fireflies.
Mm-hmm.
Friendly fleas and fireflies. Friendly fleas and fireflies. Friendly fleas and fireflies.
Yes, good. Yep, good. All right, let's try. The loyal warrior will rarely worry why we rule. The
The
loyal warrior will rarely worry why we rule.
the loyal warrior will rarely worry while we rule.
Good.
The
And then a
loyal
little faster.
warrior will the loyal warrior will rarely worry if
While we rule.
while we rule. The loyal warrior will rarely worry while we rule. The loyal warrior will rarely worry while we rule. The loyal warrior will the loyal warrior will rarely worry while we rule.
That one's a
The loyal
tricky
warrior
one.
will rarely worry while we rule. The loyal warrior will rarely worry while we
Hmm.
rule.
Yeah, I would
Rarely
say
worry
keep
while
working
we
on that one. Focus on that one this week as you go through the week, because that one's a little bit tricky. It's got those L's, those W's, those R's. So be working on that one for sure. Let's try. We surely shall see the sunshine soon.
We surely shall see the sunshine soon.
We surely shall see the sunshine soon. Ooh, that the last part's tricky. The sunshine soon. We surely shall see the sunshine soon.
We surely shall see the sunshine soon. We
See?
surely shall see the sunshine soon. We
Yeah.
surely shall see the sunshine soon. We
Yeah, so that
surely
one for
shall
now
see
we
the
have to keep a little
sunshine soon.
slower. Hmm. We surely
We
shall
surely
see
shall
the
see the
sunshine
sunshine.
soon.
We surely shall see the sunshine soon. We
Hmm.
surely shall see the sun shine soon.
Yes, good. So be working on that. Let's do which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches?
Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches?
Good. Which
Which
wristwatches are
wristwatches are
Swiss
Swiss
wristwatches?
wristwatches? Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? Which
Yes.
wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? Which
Mm-hmm.
wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches?
Yes.
Which
Yes, very
wristwatches
good.
are Swiss wristwatches?
Mm-hmm. Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? Oh, it's tricky. Which wristwatches are
Which
Swiss
wristwatches are Swiss
wristwatches?
wristwatches?
Mm-hmm.
Which Swiss watches are wrists? Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches?
Which
Which
wristwatches are Swiss
which wristwatches?
wristwatches? Which wristwatches are Swiss?
Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches?
Mhm.
Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? Which
Yes.
wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches?
Excellent. Very good. All right. So then let's try. Let's do with L's. Linda Lou Lambert loves lemon lollipop lip gloss. Linda Lou Lambert
Linda
loves
Lambert
lemon
loves
lollipop lip gloss. Linda Lou Lambert,
Linda Lou Lambert loves
lemon
lemon
lollipop lip gloss.
lemon lollipop lip gloss. Linda Lou Lambert loves lemon lollipop lip
Lip gloss,
gloss.
yes. Linda Lou
Linda Lou
Lambert
Lambert
loves lemon
loves
lollipop lip
lemon
gloss.
lollipop lip gloss.
Hmm.
Linda Lou Lambert loves lemon lollipop lip gloss. Linda Lou Lambert loves lemon lollipop lip gloss. Linda Lou Lambert loves lemon lollipop lip gloss. Linda Lou Lemon loves lemon lollipop lip gloss. Linda Lou Lambert loves lemon lollipop lip gloss.
Good. Excellent. Very good. All right, let's try near an ear, a nearer ear, a nearly eerie ear. So first is near an ear,
Near an ear,
a nearer ear,
a nearer ear,
a nearly eerie ear.
a nearly eerie ear.
Very good.
Near an ear, a nearly near ear.
So near an ear, a nearer
Near,
ear, a nearly eerie ear.
near an ear, a nearer ear, a nearly eerie ear. Near an ear, and near an ear, a nearer ear, a nearly eerie ear. Near an ear, a nearer ear, a nearly eerie ear. Near an ear, a nearer ear, a nearly eerie ear. Near an ear, a nearer ear, a nearly eerie ear.
Yes. Very good. Okay, let's try. Roberta ran rings around the Roman ruins.
Roberta ran rings around a Roman
The
ruin.
Roman ruins. Roberta ran rings around the Roman ruins.
Roberta ran rings around the Roman ruins.
Yes.
Roberta ran rings around the Roman ruins.
Hmm.
Roberta ran rings around the Roman ruins. Roberta ran rings around the Roman ruins.
Can we try
Roberta
it
ran
faster?
rings around the Roman ruins. Roberta ran rings around the Roman ruins. Roberta ran rings around the Roman ruins. Roberta ran rings around the Roman ruins.
Yes, very good. How's that feel?
I liked particularly that I did around and the without cutting off the edges.
Yes, I agree. I like that too. Awesome. Very good. Okay, so then let's try another one. Let's do he threw three free throws.
He threw thr- he threw three free throws. 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 He threw three. He threw three free throws. 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 He threw three free throws.
Yes, nice. Excellent. All right, so that one I think will be a really good one to practice too, because those THs have historically been kind of tricky for us. So keep working on that one. All right, let's try next. Rory the Warrior. So let's just do that much of it. Rory the Warrior.
Rory the
Rory the
warrior.
Warrior. Mhm. And then we're going to work it faster and
Rory
faster.
the warrior. Rory the warrior. Rory the warrior. Rory the warrior. Rory the warrior.
Yes, good. All right, so then let's try more of that one. And Roger the Worrier.
Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then it's going to be were reared wrongly.
were reared wrongly. Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly.
Mm-hmm.
Reared
In a rural
wrongly.
brewery.
In a what
In
brewery?
a rural brewery.
In a rural brewery.
Yes.
Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly in a rural brewery. Oh, this is like, have you ever seen that 30 Rock episode when she talks about her movie and no one can understand her because she says it's the rural juror? So it's like the rural juror. Have you seen that?
I have not. But it
It's like
sounds
she tells
similar.
everyone she's been telling everyone she's been working on this movie for about 2 years, but it's out now. And so everyone has to pay attention because they can't tell what the name of the movie is. So it's very difficult for them to watch it. So she keeps asking them if they've watched it, but they don't know the name of the movie. And the name of the movie is The Rural Juror, but she says it The Rural Juror.
Oh, so they can't figure out what she's saying.
But she said The Rural Juror. Rod, Rory the Warrior and Roger the Warrior were reared wrongly in the rural brewery.
Yeah.
Rory the Warrior and Roger the Warrior were reared wrongly in the rural brewery. Rural, 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 rural. Rory the Warrior and Roger the Warrior were reared wrongly in the rural brewery. Rural, rural, rural,
And we do it
rural.
more like
That one's really
rural,
hard.
like rur. Not like but
Rural,
rural. Yeah. Like
rural,
rural. Hmm.
rural, 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 rural,
Yeah.
rural, rural.
Yep.
Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly in the rural brewery. Brewery.
Brewery, yes.
Brewery. Brewery. Rory the
Yes.
warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly in the rural brewery. 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 Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly in the rural brewery.
Mm-hmm.
Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly in the rural brewery. 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 Wow, that one's tough.
Yep, that's why I picked it. I was like, oh, this will be a good one. Okay, let's try. Ooh, okay, a good TH one. The 33 Thieves. Let's try just that chunk.
The 33 Thieves
Thought that they thrilled the throne
thought that they thrilled the throne. The throne.
throughout Thursday.
Throughout Thursday.
The 33 Thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday.
The 33 Thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. The 33 Thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. The 33 Thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. The 33 Thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. The 33 Thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. The 33 Thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday. The 33 Thieves thought that they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday.
Yes, good. Yeah, that's another good one because of those THs. They're tricky. All right, let's try one with the L flicks again. Lesser leather, never weathered.
Lesser leather never weathered.
Wetter
Lesser
weather,
leather
better.
never
Yeah, so this has the
better
L's, the
weather.
R's, the THs, the W's. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather, better.
Lesser leather never weathered. Lesser weather better.
Yep.
Lesser leather never weathered. Lesser weather better.
Wetter weather, better.
Lesser wetter weather better.
Mm-hmm.
Lesser leather never weathered. Wetter weather better.
Mm-hmm.
Lesser
Again.
leather never weathered. Wetter weather better. Lesser
Mm-hmm.
leather never weathered. Wetter weather better.
Yes.
Lesser leather never weathered. Wetter weather better.
Yes.
Lesser
Good.
leather never weathered. Wetter weather better.
Mm-hmm. Let's try it a little faster. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather, better.
Lesser leather never be- Lesser leather never weathered. Wetter weather better.
So right
Lesser
now we have to
leather
keep it
less
slow. That's okay.
Lesser leather never weathered. Wetter weather better. Lesser leather never weathered. Weather better. Lesser leather never weathered. Lesser leather never weathered. Wetter weather better.
Mm-hmm.
Better. Lesser leather never weathered. Wetter weather better. Lesser leather never weathered. Wetter weather better.
Yes. Good.
Lesser
Awesome.
leather, never weathered, wetter, weather, better.
Hmm. That's another really good one to be practicing. Yeah. Let's try this one. It does have some
Yep.
THs and Ks and Ts. A skunk sat on a stump
A skunk sat on a stump.
and thunk, the stump
A skunk
stunk.
sat on a
So
and
a
thought
skunk
the stump
sat on a
stunk.
stump and thunk, the stump stunk.
A skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk.
Mm-hmm.
A skunk sat on a stump and a skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk.
Yes.
A skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk. A skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump sunk. A skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk. A
Yes.
skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk. A skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk. That one's really hard.
Yeah. That one is really tricky. I only gave you the first half too.
Oh,
So that's one to definitely be working on. The second part goes, but the stump thunk, the skunk stunk.
but the stump thunk the skunk stunk. A skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk, but the stump thought the skunk stunk.
Yes.
But the stump thunk the skunk stunk. A
It's a
skunk
tricky one.
sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk, but the stump thunk the skunk stunk.
Yep. Good. So that's another really good one to be working on. Another that would be good, this one has a lot of THs and Rs. 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds.
33 thundering thoroughbreds.
Thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds.
33 thirsty thundering thoroughbreds.
Hmm. And then the next part is thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday.
Thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday. 33 thirsty thoroughbreds. I'm fried.
It's okay. Yeah. So this one is 33 thirsty, thundering thoroughbreds thumped Mr. Thurber on Thursday is the full one. So I know
33.
these are tricky. They're really tricky and it's very fatiguing too because we're focused on the articulation. So, and we're working on sounds that specifically are challenging ones for, for us specifically. So, um, yeah, so they're tricky for sure, and it's like a brain twister as well as a tongue twister. And so you're doing great. So then what I would say is we're going to start focusing towards that goal of getting your pitch really solid for the startup. So figuring out what exactly we need to be working on, maybe a list of words, maybe phrases that you're going to be saying often, maybe actually going through the presentation, be thinking about that future goal. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Awesome work today, Robin. Thursday is
Thank
Thanksgiving
you.
Day. So I was thinking we'll probably take that day off because just about everybody's going to be, celebrating with family and everything. If you want to meet a different day this week, we can, or we can just wait and meet next week.
Let's wait till next Monday.
Okay, yeah. I figured, you'll probably be doing stuff with family all day, so I just was like, we're just gonna cancel that day because it's just too hard with figuring things out with scheduling and, if you're driving to family members' houses or preparing food or whatnot, and you probably want to take the whole day to be with your loved ones. So no worries at all. I'll plan to see you on Monday. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.
See you
Bye, Robin.
soon. Thank